Okay, let's try. We're gonna try. Actually, yeah. Okay, fuck. So live. Wait a second. Live. Jesus Christ. How's live? Live. Okay. Fucking hell, David. So live. Yeah. Checking connection. Oh Jesus. So you're now live. Okay, folks, we're live. Look.
So you have to hold the camera all the time?
I don't know.
Yeah. Shouldn't you affix
What do you mean? What do you mean you have to hold the camera all the time?
I mean, hold the phone all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm only going to do it for like 2 minutes.
Okay.
So we're just starting off our podcast, and that's why we're not together. This is our 29th or 30th?
No, 31st, I think. Oh, 30th.
30th. Hannah just stood up and leant over and squeezed out a big massive fart.
That's just a lie. It's never going to happen and never will happen and never had happened.
Oh, look. See people. Hey, look. Look. Oh, yeah. You see there. People are watching on Instagram live. Say hello, Jack and Daniel.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
What are we going to be talking about today? Lizzo.
Okay, people are commenting already. Like.
Okay,
yeah.
We're gonna
have the last word.
Nice one, Hannah. Look, Derek Halpin says, "Nice one, Hannah."
Okay, what we're gonna be talking about is Ryan Tubridy. Just a little bit, because I'm so bored about this.
Dave, I boarded your flight to London there a few months ago. Think you were mortified. I recognised you. Oh, look. Hey, Jack Daniels. Look at that. That's nice, isn't it? Anyway, people are... Actually, you should introduce us, Jack.
Let's do it.
Let's go for it.
Let's go for it.
Come on, Jack.
Let's get your shit together. Huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to And That's Why We're Not Together, starring David McSavage and Hannah Andrews.
Oh shit!
You should be
what?
You should be like me.
Yeah. So we're just doing this Instagram live for the crack. Oh look, just like so. All I'm trying to say is, what's your favorite color? Fucking hell!
Yellow.
Is that the kind of quality? I think because I'm wearing a yellow scarf.
Yeah, well, that's your joke. What's your favorite color? Let me guess, yellow.
You know, you've heard of that. But actually, certain colors raise your mood. But the point is, you buy a color like this in Morocco, and then you come back to Ireland and you suddenly realize color is only reflective of the light available. And yellow over here is fucking depressed.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought yellow just raised your mood.
I know, but what I'm saying is when you're wearing this color in a sunny climate, it's yellow. Whereas when you come back to Ireland, I can see you're not understanding what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's still yellow, but maybe more loud.
Okay, look. Hi from Paris. Look, somebody says hi from Paris. Give me a nyali. Yeah, North African name dropper. Speaking of yellow, how's Ryan?
He is really sad.
What did you want to say about Ryan Tubridy?
Oh no!
I thought I did a really good post the other day because Ryan Tubridy and the movie Barbie have a lot in common because he certainly was kind of lived in a very sort of closeted way and walked around like he was the perfect Holy Communion boy. Everybody loved him.
Yes.
And then suddenly it kind of collapsed around him, and he's in the real world like the rest of us, struggling away.
I don't think Ryan will ever struggle away. I mean, he definitely has enough money to live off it for some time before he
Somebody says
out.
Here, do you find Ryan Tubridy sexually attractive, Hannah?
No, I couldn't. I wouldn't. And he's like no gender for me. He has no gender for me.
So he's very progressive.
I think people want to. I think people want to know. I think the mic's gone.
Whose mic's gone?
What's wrong with their mic?
What's wrong with your mic? Technical difficulties, folks. Ah, Jesus Christ, Jack.
Oh my God.
Is your mic gone, Jack?
Yeah, both our mics are gone.
Here, hold that, Hannah.
Okay.
So this is good live. This is the kind of shit I have to deal with.
Okay.
You point me huffing and bending over and puffing away.
Yeah, David somehow loves doing that. And like huffing and puffing. I think in reverse, he sort of does.
What do you mean? It just suddenly wasn't working. It was working.
Yeah, now it's not working.
Huh?
It's like, you can see three men looking at stuff and none is doing anything. One is holding a cable. Two of them are staring, thinking that just by staring at them, they're helping out.
Yeah, well, it's working now. Yeah,
It's
It's
working.
on 3 now.
Yeah, I think if you
Yeah, it's 3. 3. It's
I
working.
think if you stare intensely enough at one guy working, you're
Yeah.
really helping out. I was just always thinking then if Daniel and Jack stare at Man
Somebody
United.
just wrote,
Yeah,
"Shut
it
the
works."
fuck up, Hannah."
Did he? Thank you very much.
No, that was me. That was me saying that.
It hurts my feelings.
No, that nobody says that. Look, I love you, Hannah. Look, Timmy 1891 says, I love you, Hannah. Health and safety, bike with dog poo alert. Sexist remarks. Oh, Jesus.
Oh yeah, but you know that's okay because
You fucking ride, David. How's your teapot? Jesus Christ, some very damaged people out there. Dave, I'm taking a shit. That's funny, isn't it? Somebody watching. It is funny, like mother. Okay, folks, how do you get out of the live thing? If you're interested in watching more of our family podcast, and that's why we're not together, we're on YouTube, Hannah.
we're on YouTube on Tuesday, 12 o'clock.
And also we want to put it up on fucking
Acast and
or
we already
Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify. We sign up, but men don't want to do their job and push it through.
She carries you. Look at this.
Oh, do I?
Other side. Would Rob? Oh, I see. You can actually talk to people. We can actually talk to people on the fucking thing. Okay, we're going to figure this out, folks. But we just thought we'd give you a little behind the scenes.
You don't even know what you're doing.
No, I don't know what I'm doing, Hannah. But at least I'm doing it. I got off the couch and I did something. You know what I mean? Like, because as an alcoholic, Hannah.
Yeah,
Alcoholics don't want to do
4 hours to
doing
get off
anything
the couch.
is but I find once you do something, your mood raises.
Yeah, you put a yellow scarf
Did the couch
and you
fit?
feel like
Look, somebody wants to know.
smiling.
Yes, the couch did fit. Look, there it is.
But on the other side,
On the other side of the room, yeah, we didn't, you know what I mean?
because
Behind the curtain. Yellow scarf looks like vestments. Oh, that's funny. You know, like vestments, like a priest would wear vestments.
oh yes.
Today is
And Sunday.
It's Sunday. Hello, Blackrock Mass. And we'd now like to do a reading from the Holy Book and bore you to fucking tears and make you not want to connect in any way. Do you know what we should have been doing in Blackrock Mass, in Blackrock, in church? Everyone should have been doing ayahuasca, Hannah.
Yeah.
No, because then you'd properly fucking connect to yourself.
Yeah.
And no.
Yeah,
but you used to
but
do
I know. I used to do a
ayahuasca.
lot, but I think everybody
Somebody says looks
has
like 40 coats. You would make a great bishop.
You were a bishop already.
Did you get your hair cut in a woman's prison, Dave?
Yeah, I don't like that cut either. I
you
so
not?
agree. No, I've told you, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't go
What
to
the-
that barber where you usually go and
I
you come
like
up with the same
Somebody
haircut.
Somebody said they like Hannah's hat.
Oh, I love it as well. I just got it yesterday.
Oh, there's how's Tubbs? Oh yeah, people want to talk
Tubbs,
about Tubbs.
yeah, we're
Ayahuasca
gonna
not
be-
for everyone, Hannah.
Yeah, I completely agree. Would never make anyone. Ayahuasca have to call you, and you have to be called by it,
Hang on a second. Ayahuasca's on the phone.
and say, "Stay away from me."
Yeah, well, you did it loads of times.
Yeah, but but I can't do it anymore. You see, it just entered me, stayed, and now it's saying you cannot do it anymore.
So look, somebody said your hair is nice like that, David.
No, it's not.
Okay.
They're just
Okay,
paying you a
folks,
compliment. They're
we're-
just nice.
So, spread the word. Let people know that we're on our YouTube TV show. And that's... Jack is actually tuned out and is reading a book.
I'm just doing some research. That's it.
Well, you have to do research
Okay.
before
How do you get out of
podcast.
this? How do you get out of this?
Not during.
Oh, look. Are you sure you want to? Okay, good luck, everyone. Thank you.
Bye. I love you.
Bye.
Okay. Yes, Hannah, you said you wanted to talk about Lizzo. No, Daniel wanted to talk about Lizzo.
Daniel
You
said-
wanted to talk about Lizzo.
No, I said maybe.
No,
Maybe we should. I think we should finish Ryan Tubridy's story because I think it's it's over talk, overexposed. But Ryan was just dropped by RTE, so he's not coming back to do his 1 hour show every day. because
No, because I just sorry, we just did Instagram Live. Did we say
Yeah.
anything in that Instagram Live that was that could get us fucking cancelled or anything?
No.
Do you know what I mean? Because I just published it and I don't
No,
know.
we didn't. We didn't say.
No, we were just like
What?
huffing and puffing around.
I was huffing and puffing around.
You called Lizzo a
Did you? No.
Yeah, you did.
didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
But you see, Jack, I mean, we have to catch that out.
But
can make my
can't you
ears
call
itchy.
anybody anymore?
Oh, here we go. Look, guys,
If somebody's
I'm actually just
really
going to beep that
fat,
out. Okay, just come on.
Just
Let's finish. Go on. But I'll tell you
Jack
something.
said that, by the way.
You called Lizzo a
no. I don't
Okay.
even know Fat Lizzo.
Okay, look, my point is, right, if aliens came from another planet and they looked at the front pages of newspapers to decide what a nation is obsessed with, they would say Ireland is obsessed with fucking Ryan Tubridy. Because, I
Yeah.
mean, this kid is on the front, well, he's 50. This man is on the front pages of newspapers. It's quite... Is it because there's nothing going on in Ireland?
Oh,
Like,
is it like a cover up as well?
what do you mean?
You know, so deters people attention from
Okay,
real problems.
Well, yeah, okay. So,
and even,
but also, it
even-
obviously sells newspapers.
Yes.
And they can see that, so they just put Tubridy on the front cover, and it's a bit of scandal and a bit of, you know,
Yes.
which because he did kind of pretty much up until this point have a squeaky clean image.
Yes.
But I think this will be the making of him. I'll be honest with you. In other words, we need adversity. It challenges
Yeah.
us. Maybe he needs to be dragged through a bush naked to
Yeah.
sort of make him to loosen him up a little bit.
Because
And maybe it'll give him a bit of edge. And,
Yes.
you know, let's talk about RTE saying this is why we paid him this much money because we wanted to be competitive. So let the bidding war begin. Let's see the Today FMs, the fucking news fuck
Newstalk.
or whatever. Are they going to pay him $500,000 a year?
yes.
Well, let's
But
see.
also, you know, like
I can't wait to
Ryan-
see this.
Yeah, me neither.
Is he going to go
And
to the BBC? Is he going to
Yeah,
become the new
BBC.
Jack Parr knocking on his door?
Yes, and the US companies, Netflix, all sorts of companies. And why not?
But again, why are we... well, I'm talking about it because I do have a personal interest. Jackie, what were you asking me there about...
People are curious about how it works that you're family members and how that dynamic works.
Well, I have no relationship with Ryan. I mean, like, hello, how are you? You know, once every 5 years. He's friendly with my sister Sinead. I think they hang out together.
Yes.
The Tubridy's smart family. His brother Neil is like basically kind of the Oppenheimer of brain surgeons. I think he's in Vincent's Hospital, and
Yeah,
he's
neurosurgeon.
pretty fucking amazing. This dude.
I don't know.
And but I don't think I've ever met any of Ryan's kids.
no, we met them once, I think.
Once.
When they were small.
Yeah. So we
Like-
have no relation. So in other words, you know, but you know that's the thing. Cousins. You know,
Yeah.
cousins. I don't know. Is there anybody out there who's got a really good relationship with all of their cousins? Jack. Yeah. Stop scratching. A few extra fingers and 2 extra testicles, and that boy would be in heaven.
Most of the young guys.
Most of the young guys.
The way they behave,
honestly,
I can get
Are
over
you
it.
do it all the time
No,
as
I
well,
fucking-
David?
Jack,
you do.
I don't.
You do.
I do not.
You do.
Jack.
I see you.
Jack.
Not
whatever.
in public.
Well, look,
Not
it's
in
literally
public.
look, this is their crotch area. Look, and lads are like this. Look, like just fiddling around with their.
Do they have lice?
Fiddling around with it, like, you know, like worry beads. They've got their ball bags in their hand, and they're just squeezing. One pops out there, one pops out there. What
it's
the
just
name
like
of
those-
fuck?
like those
Leave your
Chinese-
balls alone.
Hey,
but-
This
that's
shall
bullshit.
not
you,
pass.
You gotta, you know, if we're being honest here, you gotta adjust sometimes, you know? I mean,
Yeah, I just
sometimes, sometimes it gets stuck to your thigh, you know, whatever. You know, you have to do some certain things. And you
Okay.
do it as well, David.
And
you know?
also, I see guys. You know, when you're standing next to urinal,
Urinal.
So say that is the penis in question. So a guy will hold his penis, and they'll be pissing. No, they'll be pissing, and they'll be going like this. They'll be fucking manipulating, and you're looking at the guy. What the fuck is this all about?
What are you looking at the guy for?
I'm not looking at the
What
guy because it's
are
in the
you doing?
periphery of my eye line.
Oh, come on.
Why
in the
would you
periphery
do
of my
that?
eye line.
Just give him extra
Who
pleasure?
knows? I just hold the fucking thing, let the piss come out. Fucking,
Oh, you wash your hands after?
sometimes.
I'm not gonna shake your
You know when
It's amazing.
when you go to the toilet in a male's bathroom, I'd say it's about 70% don't wash their hands after the urinal.
Because you don't want to touch anything. But here's the other thing. Also, the piss. When guys shake, like they don't realize where the piss comes out of the helmet of their penis. Like, because like it drips backwards. And then, so there's piss everywhere. So it starts piss, then people go backward. So by the end of the night, in any men's piss house, it's just full of piss and fucking. Yeah. And then you walk into a girl's bathroom. La, 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 la,
well, it's not as
not that I've ever walked into a girl's bathroom.
I was cleaning after girls in the Top Secret Comedy Club in the bathroom. They are dirty.
They are dirty.
They're dirty.
Humans are dirty.
We're dirty and we're honest about it, but they're
No, but they're not as messy as
it's
men.
It's a different. Like, I don't want to say but it's
no,
like
it's
blood.
a different kind.
Jack. What are you talking about? You're talking about
they have their periods, whatever.
And if they're not provided with sufficient places to put their tampons, where the fuck are they supposed to put them?
Listen, that's
Even
fine.
if
That's
they
fine.
do.
I did it. I did my job. Yeah.
I know, but what do you mean? Do you mean they'd be just taking them and just throwing them up against the wall?
Yeah, just
no.
Seeing if they'll they'll catch.
Can you imagine if guys had periods? We'd be just fucking. Jack would be hands down in his fucking pants. Hey, look at this lad. This
like
gloopy
a trophy.
old
The guys
blood.
would make a trophy out of it.
Yeah, they'd be having period fights.
Yeah, but they would be just proud.
It'd be funny. It'd be funny if, like, men. I'm sure it's been done by. Where the way for selling period products. Period tampons to women. It's all like, Jane just loves running around. Her fanny is just so intact, clean, and But like if they were selling tampons to men, if men had periods, it'd be like a guy. What you call people who woodcutters? What you call them? Lumberjack. My name's John, and I've got a heavy fucking period, mate. And I'm tired of sticking straw up there. That's why I've got Maxi Plus extra fucking with iron filings. Periods. You can fucking rely on that. And if it doesn't, you can float down the river on this thing. Or something. Okay. Won't be using that as a clip. What were we talking about, Jack? Oh yeah, Ryan Tubridy. Yeah, so
oh yeah.
Good luck with Ryan Tubridy. I don't have a relationship, but I mean the thing is it's just interesting to watch the whole thing unfold. And I think in a way it was almost like Ryan Tubridy was sort of almost hatched in RT and sort of grew up there. And
he was there 30
and that's why
years.
That's why
30 years.
Yeah, 30 years, 25 years.
30 years. No,
Yeah.
he was there 30
Yeah.
years apparently. You can watch.
But I will tell you, okay,
And
honestly,
he's-
if you can
it's
just
okay.
get away from the noise, the young guy, he's a good fucking
Yes.
interviewer, knows his stuff, very smart.
Yes.
But
Very safe.
very, very
Not
safe though.
challenging anyone.
Yeah, but so this will be the making of him anyway, and he probably needs it. It's probably a
Yeah,
really good
it's-
thing for him creatively to get fucked out of Barbie land, so he can suffer the slings and arrows like the rest of us.
Yeah, and you
Jack,
know,
They were saying.
sorry, Hannah.
I saw one article that said because the way he kind of went against RT a bit, they apparently gave him a deal to come back, but he didn't accept the deal.
Well,
No,
my neighbour
it's-
came up with a very good phrase. You know the way you make, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. They made him an offer that he couldn't accept because it was just, well, although that sounds trite. In other words, it was a very, like anybody else would be delighted with it, but it was such a fall from grace financially.
I don't think that's true. The thing is that they did agree on the payment time. The difference was that Ryan did not want to accept responsibility or the fact that his earnings for 2020 and 2021 were lower by that 75,000.
Okay.
And he didn't accept it. So the DG just couldn't go there, even though...
And you say there's a lot of ill will or bad feelings about Ryan in RT because Hannah works in RT as a makeup artist, and you were saying, are you not sure?
I just think it's 50-50,
right?
Because people are still a bit angry that Ryan said he has a cut during 2020 when everybody... Right. But he didn't. He was promised by DG that his earnings will not be cut.
Oh, do you know something? It is a bit of a storm in a fucking teacup. I mean, people lie about fucking money all the time. You know what I mean?
Definitely, but it's the whole organization, and he is just like a pittance in the problems RTE have.
Okay.
And also Ryan coming back for 1 hour show, he's not gonna save RTE. Is he?
Oh yeah, well that's the other thing. Actually, that's an interesting point. I think you could have loads of different people in Ryan's position.
Yeah.
I mean, Oliver Callanan, and I've never heard him, but Brendan Courtney.
Yeah.
I like Brendan Courtney.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's loads of guys.
Yes.
That would be very good. I mean, in other words, what I'm trying to say is he's eminently replaceable. As are actors. Actors going on about,
stop about this.
No, but I mean, there's something about them that is they're going on about the streaming and the amount of money. Well, okay, but
apparently in Ireland it's even worse than in America. But
What do you mean?
The worst conditions.
Oh, in terms of
about
residuals.
The actors.
I've got fuck all residuals.
Yeah, so it's worse in America. They get a little bit. Here, you probably get nothing.
Apparently, all they're asking though is just like a 0.02% increase.
Yeah,
and even it's just like it's not like a big thing.
But also,
I see. Yeah, it's just it's a drop in the fucking bucket.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, I sorry.
It's maybe principle than anything.
I just find a lot of actors annoying. So maybe they are saying the right thing, but because they're saying it, I can't fucking swallow it. It's in the same way golf could be a good game, but I'm never going to play it because of the kind of fucking idiots who play golf.
There's a theory that the whole protest is actually like a live performance, to combat against Netflix. Because Netflix has such a monopoly, so it's kind of like an interactive. Well,
do you know what? Netflix will ultimately shoot themselves in the fucking face because if they continue this and don't and are just really financially too mean spirited, maybe actors and content creators just won't go to them, and some other platform will be created where people get a fair cut. But I think I think it will eventually ultimately be good for creativity, because if there is a streamer that actually gives people a decent cut of the profits, more people will want to join that streamer, and then there'll be more people, so it'll become more competitive.
Well, Netflix had a series has a series called The Witcher, and the main actor Henry Cavill is not returning for the 4th season. He's being replaced by Liam Hemsworth.
So
they're moving away from the original story. So now
to become more progressive.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but it's deterring a lot of people away from the series.
And but here's the thing.
But
nobody Can I just say about that? Can I just say about? Sorry, Hannah, for talking over you. But what annoys me about that is those type of people, these Netflix executives, defective fuckers, preaching to us and shoehorning in the hot topics of the day. I mean, there's so much horrible stuff going on in the world other than the 4 main themes that people seem to be obsessed with today, and It is fairly annoying. Just tell the fucking story and stop insulting people's intelligence.
Speaking of that, have you heard of the recent Bradley Cooper controversy for his new movie? So I don't know. I'll find what his new movie is.
Oh, is it the prosthetic nose? Is it?
Yeah. So he's playing some famous Jewish guy.
And they have big noses.
To look more similar to him, he has enlarged his nose slightly for the show.
Prosthetic nose.
Look at me.
Well, you have a big nose as well, but Jewish people are very known for having big noses.
But he's playing.
I've got a bigger nose than a lot of Jewish people.
Yeah, but it's okay.
I don't know. Can we even talk about this? What can we say?
Yes, we can.
Okay,
you
sorry.
know, like, come on, because there's a controversy, on the web or whatever.
And Irish people have big heads.
Yeah, they inbred, You go to a countryside and you shock. I remember once, 10 years ago, I went to see Patrick's Parade in the countryside, and I could not believe that people like that exist. And, they all look deformed. They had huge heads. They were overweight, and they laughed in a funny way. And I was thinking, shit, what's going on? And you wouldn't see it in Dublin or in Cork.
Hannah, that's in some parts of the world, that is very beautiful. Big, misshapen heads. Okay. And anyway, what can you tell about someone because of the shape of their heads or how they laugh? I mean, they could be really good people and have great values.
Good people.
Sorry, what were you saying, Jack?
Well, yeah. So it's about Leonard Bernstein, who was a conductor.
Oh, can I hold that thought? I have to say, actually, I wonder, should I put that Leonard Bernstein? What a dude! What a genius! If you listen to him being interviewed and talking about music, and there is a great. Did he co-write that musical? Jack, what was it called? La 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 America, la 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 America, da 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 da. West Side Story. Right?
I don't know. But
so
the way
sorry,
he
was conducting an orchestra, and he was directing a tenor called Jose Carrera, I think it was, and just in his face when he was conducting music, every expression of the music you could see creeping around his face. He was such an interesting character. If you get a chance, watch him being interviewed and talking about great music. It's quite something. Yeah. He's one of these guys that will be relevant 500 years from now. Thank you. Sorry, Jack. Can you just continue what you were saying?
Well, yeah. So he's been. Some people, very few people, I guess, have criticized him, saying it's like a Jew face.
What?
They've been calling it Jew face
with the prosthetic nose.
Yeah.
Sorry. So Bradley Cooper is playing Leonard Bernstein.
Yeah. He is.
Oh, I see.
And he elongated
in other
his
words,
nose.
when they're saying
he shouldn't have.
Like back in the day when people used to do the black and white minstrel show, and they would do blackface.
Yeah. Well, this is like. Yeah.
But then his kids, Bernstein's kids, have come out and said, supported by Bradley Cooper.
Well, and that's another interesting thing, that generally the people who are outraged have no, I was going to say, skin in the game. They're not the people. So if Leonard Bernstein's children, think it's acceptable, it's always other people being outraged on other people's behalf. So in a way, it's kind of insulting to the people that they're being outraged on behalf of. They're saying that, well, you're not clever enough. You don't realize the wrongs being perpetrated against you. So, we will be outraged on your behalf. It's like, who the fuck are you? In other words, there are certain battles that are worth fighting. Is this one of them? That
you're
Bradley
just
Cooper
looking for problems if they're not there.
Although maybe the prosthetic thing, do you think maybe he didn't need to go through that change, Jack or Daniel? Couldn't he just played it?
Autobiographical, so you want to get the closest to the real thing as it was. So if someone had a big nose and the actor doesn't, why wouldn't he had a prosthetic? If the character, let's say, is fat, why would you deploy someone who is skinny? You want him to get fat or get a fat person.
Oh, like
play a
Robert
fat
De Niro
guy.
in Raging Bull.
Yeah, all of a sudden you cannot portray someone who is fat. You have to have someone who is.
What's that sound?
I don't know.
that's my mic. Sorry.
What's that sound? Whose phone is that?
That was my mic.
Yeah, but could you? It's going.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. Daniel, I think, wanted to say something.
Oh, sorry, Daniel.
Oh yeah. No, we were
Why
just.
is it so?
It's the cable, you know.
What can you?
Okay, it's all right, David. Get over it.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about that.
We do it next time, okay?
What Jack was saying was like people should play the people that they're meant to or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, in other words, the people should be cast as close to, or the ethnicity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's like, you know, like the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, or I don't know. with you know, people with dwarfism or whatever, you know, not being cast as a dwarf.
Oh yeah.
Well,
That's an interesting point. Yeah. So
It's just Snow White now.
So the fact that so they're objecting to the fact. Sorry, there is an objection that Bradley Cooper, who is not Jewish, is performing as a Jewish person, but if Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but a dwarf can't play a dwarf.
No, I mean, if a normal person can play a dwarf, why not? If he's a good actor.
Dwarfs aren't normal.
I know, but like whatever, but they're shorter.
Jack, can somebody jump
but they're
in
not.
here?
They're not. So in this, it's called just Snow White. I feel bad for. I mean, I guess you could call little people dwarves. You know, that's how a lot of them want to be described as. But you know, there's not many acting jobs out there for dwarves, is there? You know, and then you got Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's like the most iconic job for a dwarf. And you know, Snow White and her companions. You know, she got just like regular sized people. You know, average sized people, women and men.
It.
But I just
women and men.
I just think it's a shame. You know, you could have female and male dwarves. That would be no problem. You know, dwarves from different backgrounds.
And so it's now called Snow White and her mates.
No, it's just called Snow White. You know.
And are her companions called Sleepy, Dopey, and Stupid?
Well, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, look. Do you know what I mean?
It's not a big deal. You know, in
but
the grand scheme of things.
Is it for kids or is it a grown-up?
I think it's for kids. Yeah, but it's done a bit more sexy. You know,
politically correct as well.
It's just done a bit more glamorous.
Okay, and obviously they're not dwarves anymore because you can't call anyone.
Speaking
dwarf.
of controversy, Daniel, you wanted to talk about Lizzo. Or no, what happened? Sorry. What happened about Lizzo? What Lizzo?
Daniel knows.
Does he?
Well, you wanted to talk about Lizzo. you brought it up.
Okay. What happened? Does anybody know what happened?
Yeah, well, I've got an article here.
Talented singer, by the way.
So there's three of Lizzo's former backup dancers filed a scathing lawsuit against the About Damn Time singer, claiming she's an abusive boss who creates a hostile work environment. While there are allegations of sexual harassment and weight shaming, none were quite as shocking as the bananas.
Okay.
So has anyone heard about the bananas?
No.
Yeah.
So, according to the plaintiffs, while visiting an Amsterdam strip club called Banana Bar,
well,
Lizzo reportedly began inviting cast members to take turns touching the nude performers, catching dildos launched from the performers'
Jack,
vagina.
you're whispering into the thing. She did what? I'm just trying. Okay, just picture the scene. You're in a nightclub called Bananas. There's strippers everywhere. Lizzo's probably pissed out of her head.
Yeah,
you know, and
what
she's going. And she's
so
saying,
she began inviting cast members, so her people, to take turns touching the nude performers, catching dildos.
Come on over here, touch his cock.
Catching dildos launched from the performers' vaginas. And eating bananas protruding from the performers' vaginas.
Eating bananas.
So So the cast member were made to
Well,
eat
I mean, the point is,
bananas from somebody's vagina.
were they forced to do it?
So while the after parties were routine and non-mandatory for staff to attend, those who participated were favoured and even felt a sense of greater job security. During the Banana Gate outing, Lizzo reportedly peer pressured one plaintiff, Ariana Davis, to touch the breasts of one of the nude women. When Davis declined, the singer led a chant that only grew louder and more strident as a visibly uncomfortable Davis continued to refuse. Plaintiffs were aghast with how little regard Lizzo showed for the bodily autonomy of her employees and those around her, especially in the presence of many people whom she employed.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, Lizzo needs to go to prison now. Okay. So Prizzo.
Lizzo in a prison.
So apparently she created a difficult working environment, excruciating audition process, made false allegations that they were drinking on the job, and ridiculed them over their weight. Despite Lizzo's reputation for body positivity.
It's funny, you know, when I was thinking, just as you were saying that, like I was thinking the shit that we got up to, but you know, when I was a kid, like this is in the 80s. There was a guy. Oh yeah, no, a guy got a syringe, and they were all drinking pints, and he'd piss into the syringe, and then he'd put the piss in this guy's pint, and we'd all be there like,
but
and your man would be drinking, and they'd be pissing the pint. And then he did it. We did it to him a few more times,
and nothing happened. Did he know? Did you tell him?
He eventually found out, and we used to call him piss.
But it didn't taste any much different because it wasn't that much piss.
So little.
No, but
that's a pretty shit frag where you have to. The guy's having a nice pint, and then you're like, "You're drinking piss," and he's like, "Oh right."
Yeah, but you never made anyone to eat banana from the vagina.
Yeah,
still connected, you know. It's
well, I don't know. Do you know something?
How is it possible?
It's like you know what? How does the scene play out? So a stripper. I'll pretend like I'm Pat Kenny. So the stripper puts a banana in her.
Joe Duffy.
Yeah,
Joe Duffy.
Yeah, go ahead, caller. Yeah. So the stripper put the banana in her vagina. Yeah. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then what happened?
Then somebody ate the banana from the vagina.
Ah, Jesus.
And it was made to do it over and over again.
Yeah. The fuck? I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know what to say about all this stuff. I mean, if people are forcing people to eat...
Well, you know what it is? The way I see it is it's almost like a parallel to like the business world. And if if you're in like a law firm or whatever, and they're like, come on, we're going for drinks after work, you know. And if you're not there at the drinks...
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're like ostracized.
Right.
You're like...
You left
That's right. No, that's an interesting point.
Why isn't he coming for drinks? So, and that does affect your work, because then people don't trust you as much. They don't want to give you as much jobs. So the equivalent to working with Lizzo is going to the strip club and eating bananas out of a stripper's nether regions.
But I just can't really picture it. So you've got like 10 performers eating bananas out of...
It's not like a choreographed thing. It's like a line. It's like a line.
She was just like...
It's like line dancing. I just don't get it. How
she was like, go on, fucking eat the fucking banana. Eat the banana. Excuse me? Go on, eat the fucking banana. I'm not going to eat the banana. Go on, you fucking... We're just having some fun here. Eat the banana. And what about the strippers going... But it just tells you how bad office party... Yes, Lizzo's equivalent of an office party. I've performed at a few of these Christmas parties. I think a place called Quality Ceramics. And they never paid me, the fuckers. This is about 15 years ago. But anyway, exactly what Jack said. If you don't go, you're not seen as a team player. So you have to go to these things. So they're terrible places to perform to because nobody wants to be there. Right? And any entertainment that is provided is seen as part of the problem through the eyes of the employees. So they're there looking at you, go up, hey everyone, and they're like, oh fuck off, you cunt. You know what I mean? And you're performing to a hostile fucking audience. Yeah. And then usually, I invariably made fun of whoever the boss was.
And then they like it.
No, they don't fucking like it. I remember one time
The employees
I
don't
was
like it?
performing in front of a Christmas party, and I think the brother of Brian Blubbery Face Cowan was there, who was the former Taoiseach Prime Minister of Ireland. And I said,
Well, look at his big head.
and I said, oh, that's your man's brother or something. You know, talking about Brian Cowan, big blubbery faced alcoholic mess that brought our country into disrepute.
inbred.
Now, I am an alcoholic, so I can make fun of other alcoholics, but there you go. Not. Oh yes, and then after the gig, I don't know who I was gigging with, but we were sort of hidden in the green room, and you could just hear some woman outside. He ruined our Christmas.
Finally, you achieved what you always wanted to do.
So I won't do those fucking office parties. So it's an office party that was out of control, and Lizzo was. Yeah, I mean, you know, it'll all come out anyway.
And you know what I read recently? That Lizzo, because she's a larger lady, so she's like a role model for larger ladies. But all of a sudden she lost a few pounds, and then she lost her esteem because she lost weight. Like, she's not role model anymore.
How did weight
Yeah, that
become
is-
such a charged issue? Like for me as a
Yeah.
guy, I'm a bit fat. I've got a belly. The reason I have is because I don't move that much and I eat too much. And I'm a fatty in my belly there.
But why only in your belly? Why your legs are so skinny and your arms are skinny?
Right, you know what I mean. But and then, you know, why is it's like, and then I remember I did the apple diet and lost weight, and that's all. But why is it like?
Yeah.
Like, what is that? Oh, I guess because people do. Yeah, because they're. No, this is stupid.
No, I don't know what you want to say.
Well,
but
I guess what I'm
the
saying
thing
is
is
people are
more
made-
people are fat now. You know, more people are overweight because life is easier and there's more shit food around. And
No, I
everything.
think
and
also
people don't cook as much.
I think
as they
also
do.
there is this ideal template that a human male, human female fit into, and it's the perfect kind of thing, and it's so and so other people are made feel shit about their body shapes and all that shite.
But
I mean,
I think
it is
it's
a good thing.
shifting now.
It's a good thing
you know, there's not skinny models on the magazines anymore. There is like fat models now.
Can you
but
say fat models?
But they're not.
They're
They're
not. They're
They're
not really that fat.
Plus-
but they're
plus size.
larger,
Plus
size models.
But being super skinny isn't good either.
No.
You know, I mean, there's balance, and everyone's got
Of
a
course.
different body type. You know, some people are like, if you look at like Samoans, they're naturally like stocky, and they're like,
There's some of those island lads.
Yeah, like-
Jesus Christ,
and they're healthy.
big,
Yeah.
big lads.
But you know, nowadays, if a fat person goes to a doctor, the doctor says, "Oh, it used to be, hey mate, you've got to lose 8 or 10 pounds." Nowadays, you okay? You've got to accept yourself the way you are.
Have you seen the
You know?
New Zealand women's rugby team doing the haka? Have you seen it,
No,
Jack?
But what this has to do with
Because
the
they're big
way-
ladies, but fuck me. It's the first time I've actually looked at the haka, and because there was a translation,
Yeah.
and it's just awesome.
Oh yeah.
Just
yeah.
these women, just going, just like they're just like
Warriors.
It's very exciting.
They're supposed to scare off the other team.
Oh yeah.
That's why other teams, when they were playing against
But
New
they're like
Zealand, they come up
the
with
sun,
something.
the moon, and the stars, and they're evoking, you know, the
Yes.
pride and the, and it's just like and you know,
It's
you
magic.
don't fuck with these people, and but just the expressions on the faces,
Yeah.
it's so good. And there was, I think I did see the New Zealand women's rugby team doing the haka, and then it cuts to the English female rugby team, and there's one or two of them that are going, Jesus Christ, do you know what I mean? Like, I thought we just came here to play rugby. I mean, they look like they're ready for war, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it. Well, I feel like this. Can I just say? I feel this whole area. But this is what it's good. It's all landmine fucking material. You know, it's just so easy to misstep. And you know, can I just say that here and that's why we're not together. we
We're
accept
supporting everyone
and love everyone.
David's fat, you know, and he's the leader.
I'm not like skinny either. I
have a fat belly.
I don't want to say what fat I have because I don't want to admit it, and I don't want to.
Where is it?
Well, I'm not gonna say. I don't want people to stare at me at the point which are fat.
Okay.
So I keep it secret.
Did you take some notes about something?
Yeah, because myself and Jack, we watched yesterday this documentary, The Deepest Breath.
Oh, that was actually a fantastic documentary. And what was the name of the guy who ultimately gave his life for his...
Stephen Keenan. He was Irish, but
what I have to say, what a great documentary and what an incredible story. And who was the...
and Laura McGann is the one who directed it.
Laura McGann.
And she's Irish.
Is this her first documentary?
No, it's the third or second. She did the 2016 Revolutions about roller derby scenes.
Roller
derby
No, but what's
scene.
the...
Laura McGann.
There has to be an element of a death wish to what they're doing, because the depth...
She's still alive.
But the depth...
She's
the
still
depth,
doing.
Yeah, but you know, talk about... Is it mad courage to go that deep, and the danger? It was actually really well explained what the body goes through going that deep.
You know,
and your lungs get really compressed and then coming back up. But I mean, fucking hell. So
the thing
dangerous.
Is, the story about this Alessia Zecchini.
Who's she?
She's the champion, the girl. She's the main character. You know, the most amazing story is that at the age of 13, she knew who she wanted to be. She was watching this Russian free diver, Natalia Molchanova, and she said she wanted what she has. And since the age of 13, she was so driven, committed. And even though she was told in Italy that she can't compete until she's 18, she didn't give up. She kept on training. So when she reached the age of 18, she was just beating everyone. She was there ready doing stuff they never thought she could have done.
I don't know, would we do a spoiler alert now and just talk about the... Have you seen it?
But people know about it.
Have you seen it, Jack, Daniel?
I just saw the end of it.
Well, Stephen Keenan,
I
is it?
didn't see it.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about... like
because this is a real event, people would know what happened.
And also, you at the end of the documentary, you see what he did, and he knew by doing what he did that he would potentially die, which he did, but he would also save the life of who was the girl he saved?
Alessia.
Oh, that was the Italian girl.
He went down. You know, they had all arranged time-wise. He went down, diving to wait for her with the rope. 20 seconds later, she swam under the arch of Blue Hole 10 seconds earlier. So 30 seconds in diving, it's a huge amount.
So he didn't notice.
So they missed each other. So did he do it on purpose? Why did he go 20 seconds later than he's supposed to go?
Because there was some issue with his... There was some...
It's not explained. I don't understand. People question why there was no safety boat on the top, why there wasn't two, let's say, safety divers. Why wasn't he waiting for her?
Well, the people who were diving with him, they didn't know either. They said maybe he was trying to... get his heart rate was too high maybe, and he wasn't prepared to dive, so he had to get his heart rate back down. And I was reading a bit on like online forums and stuff, like because free dive is not a monetarily large sport, so it's very accessible. It's very accessible to meet those people. If you went down to Dahab, you'd go to one of the diving centers, they'd probably be there. So a lot of people know about about your man and everything, and they said,
"Who's your man?"
Stephen Keegan. They said he wasn't very prepared for that difficult dive, and a lot of people underestimate that dive, which is, so you're going down 50 meters, I think, 30 meters.
No, I think like you go 70.
No,
Okay.
to the arch. So
yeah,
you're going down
that's
about
70 meters.
You're going about 70
Okay.
meters down, and then you're going 50 meters across,
Fucking
and then
hell.
back up.
I think 30 meters across and at the arch.
Right.
and
So
then you go up.
it's a really large distance, but people kind of underestimate it. So there were people saying he wasn't prepared enough, but it does seem a bit odd that he would go 20 seconds later, and he was such an experienced. But maybe he was just because he's in
And
love
you know,
with the woman and
seconds
stuff.
in diving, like the longest amount of time free divers, the record, women's record is like 9.5 minutes not assisted by oxygen pumping before diving. There's different things you can do to extend not breathing underwater. Let's say if you get a lot of oxygen before.
Well, can I just say the way it was presented in the documentary was that Stephen, basically gave his life to save his girlfriend.
Yeah, probably, but he died. Yeah, he blacked out
Yeah.
before he come up.
Yeah, he would have had to turn her over on her back because she passed out. So
as well.
So he only had like a 1 second window. So in that 1 second window before he was passing out, he turned, because if you pass out and you're face
Yeah,
down
you
in the
have to-
water, you're gonna die.
How do you know? How do you know that?
Because that's
she-
what they said on the documentary.
Oh right,
But-
she wouldn't have come up and then been like, so he would have come up, turned around.
Probably, yeah.
And
I
then
mean, she
black
doesn't
out.
remember because she was, but that's probably what happened. That he
Oh,
being
why,
a
why,
safety
why
dog.
weren't there boats around there?
That's what I'm saying.
But
It
they
was
were
not
like they
prepared.
weren't super prepared, and when they were doing it as well, there was other people using like snorkeling, so it was like
Oh, it was all.
it wasn't like
exclusive.
Oh,
it
area.
wasn't- it wasn't like-
roped off.
yeah, it wasn't roped off. It was just like they just went out there one
Jesus
day.
Christ, Jack! You know when you think about these days, like health and safety for tiny things that nothing can go wrong, you would think in that situation, guys.
That's why I
Well,
think
that's the
weren't
thing.
prepared.
It's in Dahab, which is Egypt, and Egypt is a modern country, whatever. But there's not as much. There's like if you were doing that in Ireland, there'd be so many protocols you'd have to so many things you'd have to jump through, like sign things off, waivers. But in Egypt, you can kind of just go and do it whenever you want.
Sorry, Hannah, is it Stephen Keegan or Stephen Keenan?
Keenan.
Well, Stephen Keenan, incredibly courageous. What a legacy to just to do something like how it was presented in the documentary. Incredibly courageous Irish man. Incredible. But Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he actually helped her to overcome fear and actually achieve, that stardom.
And what I mean, also the balls of that woman to be able to do like tough people.
Listen, when she was 13, she swam underwater 105 meters. Like no man without training could have done it. They didn't know what to do with her.
Oh yes. Anyway, well done, Stephen Keenan. Don't know what to say about it.
And when we were there, there's because the Blue Hole is very famous for claiming the lives a lot of divers. And
Just you mean divers with oxygen tanks?
no, free divers and maybe
Yeah, I remember we were there and there was so many. Oh my God! I think we saw his
Yes, we did,
gravestone.
a plaque.
We saw a
Yeah.
plaque for him because when you're because we didn't know at that time the documentary hadn't come out, but when you're going on the Blue Hole and it's kind of like a beach and you go to the end of the beach and you go there's like cliffs. And there's all these like kind of carved into the stone, all these memorials for all the people who have died in the Blue Hole. And yeah, I remember seeing Stephen Keenan.
Well,
from Ireland.
Stephen Keenan, we salute you. Well done, Stephen Keenan. I'm like Gladiator for those of us who are about to die.
Yeah.
We salute you.
Strength and honor.
Strength and honor.
Yeah, but his job was to be free diver.
It's funny when you
bodyguard.
say
like
it's his job. I just imagine Roy Keane, World War II, and the front lines. Okay, go. It's your fucking job. Come on, die for your country. Come on.
Yeah.
Over the top, lads. Come on.
Heroes.
Come on.
This whole thing about heroes. I mean, come on.
He's so mercurial, isn't he? He's like, fucking heroes. This whole idea.
I fended off 200 Germans. Like, you know, it's because it's my job, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Call me a hero.
Like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, yeah.
But I think that's what that
good.
Stephen guy was like. That was his job.
Roy Keane, you know.
To get these divers safely
Roy Keane,
back.
you saved all your battalion from certain death because you're a hero. Oh, really? Am I? It's just my job, like. Okay, look. I'm all over the fucking gaff.
Yeah. When you give Roy Keane a compliment, you're like, Roy, you played really well today. Go fuck yourself.
But you know what? I just read that an average person just holds the breath for 30 seconds, as those divers, they go unassisted. I think the record for a man is 11 minutes. I can hold my breath for 2.5 minutes.
I can hold my breath.
This whole thing seems crazy, though. Like, you know, just people risking their lives, like, you know, just for the sake of deep sea diving.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I don't know. It seems kind of. I mean, you're saying he didn't do it. He's meant that's his job, but he didn't do his job. He died.
Yeah.
So
ultimately,
yeah. So was it worth it or whatever?
Well, it's worth it for him.
I mean, like, you know.
Daniel gets these rushes of revelations. He's just,
but
like, he's right. Look, he's right because, you know, they talk about, oh, it's so risky and anything can go wrong at any time, and there it is.
So why do it? Like,
you know,
but they want
why
to do
climb
it
Mount
because
Everest,
they want that adrenaline.
Yeah, that's right. Why climb Mount Everest? You know, where did he die? He died in the death zone. Well, you know, I think the clue is in the fucking title, Death Zone. You know, it wasn't like, oh, he died. How? Because he was waiting for a bus. That's a surprise. Where did he die in the death zone? Oh, how did he die? Oh, he's eaten. How come? By a killer whale. Yeah, killer.
How come?
You know, these Americans,
yeah.
you know, Tillicum, spirit, this giant 6,000 pound fucking, you know, just going like, do you know something? No,
I've got enough.
I've had enough. I'm just going to grab your foot and just hold you down. It's madness. Okay, look. Oh, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. My favorite part of the show.
Oh, no. I'm not prepared.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know.
And that's why we're not laughing with Hannah Andrews.
I'm surprised. She's laughing. Don't look at me. So I'm just gonna talk about children nowadays. You know, the children nowadays, they don't know what to do anything anymore. You know, you ask them to tie shoelaces, but they don't need to do it anymore. I mean, they have Velcro everywhere. You know, you ask them to make scrambled eggs, and they just look at you in a surprise, and they feel like, you know, you're sending them to the war. You know, like the only scramble they know, it's a scramble during MMA, not in the real life. You tell them, you know, just drive them to school in your 4x4 big trunk, and then they don't even know what's the weather outside. The teacher has to send a note to the parents telling them that they're gonna go on a school trip.
Okay, and
okay, thank you.
That's why we're not together. That's why we're not laughing with Hannah Andrews.
Together.
Jack, the sound effects. Can I just suggest also that with that music, don't zoom it up, just bring it right up immediately.
Oh, that's a silence.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't think it should be posted. Was it that bad?
Jack.
It was good. It's good. It's funny.
It's
Scrambled
not.
eggs. Yeah.
Okay. Why are you looking at me like this? I don't think it's funny. Maybe you should give it up.
No, we should not give it up. Okay, and Jack Daniel, Open the Cage. Trivia about news from Nicolas Cage.
Okay, well, there's...
That's all you have to do!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's not, like, a whole lot.
Why are you laughing and just pointing? You know, Daniel's talking.
No, I'm just seeing Hannah, you know, after she does, every time she does her stand-up, she's just, like, so crestfallen. She's just like...
Yeah, because it's just so emotionally draining.
It's so much fun.
Is it?
Daniel.
For you.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know, we were talking about Wes Cage, Nicolas Cage's son, and I have like a little clip here of what it sounds like, his new single.
Oh, brilliant.
The Wolf. So maybe we can just get it up here.
I will never be afraid to become the wolf.
Yeah, or the...
It sounds a bit ironic. I mean, it does sound a bit like Eurovision song. I will never be afraid to become the wolf. And now, Norvège, 2 points. And now Norway's entry. I will never be afraid to become the wolf.
Yeah,
Well,
it sounds like a
I mean,
song
he has
I
to.
heard
He has to
before.
follow his dad. Like, so what? You know, he has to
Be a bit
out there. Like, you know.
ironic.
Yeah, yeah. He has to be kind of funny.
Nicolas Cage's inspiration is like Germanic cinema, you know.
This ironic shit as well. They were filming a fucking lotto ad on this road a few days ago, and the main guy in the ad was dressed like he was Evil Knievel, but you know, in this from the 70s, this guy who'd do these big motorbike jumps, except
yeah?
he wasn't on a he was on a little Vespa. But you know, but this ironic shit, and it's out of fashion, and then suddenly, we make it fashion. It's kind of like what Ryan Tubridy did with fucking Christmas jumpers. You know, they were always shit, but then and now it's kind of ironic. I remember, and then it becomes not ironic, and it's just people buy Christmas jumpers. Fuck off!
No,
Fuck off!
I've never heard that people.
Okay,
buy
Hannah,
Christmas
you know,
jumpers.
just because you died. Now, okay. Sorry, Hannah. Oh.
That's actually
Oh.
you know, hurtful. I'm not gonna do stand up ever again.
Yes, you are. It was very good, actually. There was parts of it that were really good. No, do you know
Maybe
what was
it was
annoying
too
me?
long.
No, it wasn't. What is annoying me is that boy over there, Jack 50 Fingers. You know, bring that music up straight away. I can't hear it, so that was annoying me. It's not Jack. We should have just rehearsal. So that, but actually, the content was enjoyable. It was. I like the fact that they can't. Yeah, we can't tie shoelace because. They're just used to Velcro. So I mean, you know, 200 years from now, we'd just be blobs with little, just that'll be it. Just little thumbs to interact with mobile phones. Jack's about to attack me now.
Am I?
Okay.
And the other bit of stand-up you did a few weeks ago was good, where, you know, to achieve enlightenment, it requires a lot of effort. And so you just...
Oh, you don't need to
Okay.
deconstruct my jokes.
Okay.
I mean, semi-jokes.
Jack, Conspiracy Corner.
This week on Conspiracy Corner, I would like to talk about BetterHelp. Have you heard of BetterHelp?
Oh,
if you've watched YouTube and it's on your ads.
Yeah.
So it's online therapy.
I see Bobby Lee, Tiger Belly, advertises it.
Everyone advertises. It's like Manscaped. It's like, you know, that's their strategy. BetterHelp is a subscription-based therapy service for those struggling with, as they call it, simple mental health problems.
Simple? Are they ever simple?
Well, that's what they call it. If you
Like,
have,
so we're not talking about bipolar or stuff like that.
if you have very severe issues, they will usually refer you to a physical psychological professor with an office who you can see on your own term. Everyone's seen their ads on YouTube. BetterHelp has very real and very helpful therapists available for video or phone call for your mental health needs.
Jack, I can't believe we're advertising BetterHelp and we haven't even been paid. But
We're not advertising on,
I think they're scammers.
Okay, sorry, Jack.
Okay, so however, if you use the text feature to speak to your therapist, you are speaking to an AI most of the time. I'd say around 45 to 55% of the time. The therapists are actually quite unaware of this for the most part and are not to blame. If you enjoy working your issues out with an algorithm, then who am I to tell you what's best for you? If you have mental health problems, I'd implore you to find a doctor or a therapist you can meet in person. So what's your thought on that? That you would be talking about your problems and your therapist on the text message?
Well, if that's true, I mean, it's a fucking scam.
Of course it is. I mean, like you can ask AI, already questions. There are already people. Daniel, you said that there was this app you can talk to AI girlfriend, and she's real. She really, interact with you, and
it's so we had the AI stand-up comedian. Now we have the AI therapist. Okay,
girlfriend.
so I'll be your AI therapist. Imagine though if the algorithm went fucking mental and there was a hack in it. Okay, go on. So I'll be an AI therapist. Hello, sit down. How are you today? 2, 1.
I feel a little bit blue. Can get out of bed.
Chop one of your fingers off and eat it with cornflakes. Goodbye.
At least you make me laugh. Laughter. Laughter raise the mood. You've
That's
done
true.
your job.
That's true. But yeah, that's BetterHelp. So there you go. Well, I mean, maybe that's okay. They know. So BetterHelp.
And who's running?
Because a lot of those
BetterHelp?
therapists, anyway, they do kind of say things like,
Yeah.
quite
They don't know what they're doing. Like,
Who don't?
No, the therapists, psychotherapists. They did, like with mental health issues. It's like they're trying stuff out all the time and seeing what works depending on the person. Like they don't actually, for me anyway, from my experience, they don't know. You have to figure it out yourself, like your coping mechanisms and stuff like that. Like
yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, they just throw medication at you,
Yes,
and hopefully that works. you know?
Yeah.
Or maybe the best therapist is the one who doesn't give you answer, but a question that you figure it out yourself.
Yeah, but it's hard to find a therapist that like will listen to everything you have to say and won't be judgmental at all about anything you say. Like it's very hard to find, like, without any sort of bias that comes from them,
Yeah, it's like a good anything is hard to find. Somebody with tons of experience, very wise. And
but this
but it's true.
Very
Like
even difficult because it's a very delicate subject, and
Which
you
is?
can, being a psychotherapist or therapist, to not either advise someone or direct him in a wrong way. It's a very delicate thing.
Well, I'm sure hundreds of years from now, in the same way we look back on how mental illness was treated. That they'll see how brutal it is now. I mean,
oh yeah, and if you're acting weird in public in any way, if you're acting crazy, the police can just come and take you away. And
it's not
there is a law. There is a law that people, if you're acting strange or weird in public, the police can just come and take you away and then assess you, and then you either let go or you go to a mental health unit.
Well, but it's very hard to have someone sectioned.
Very hard.
Well,
in Ireland, it's very hard.
Yeah, but it happens. Like, it happens.
Does happen.
It happens.
But don't you think that is in those sort of situations, if somebody is potentially a threat to themselves?
No, I understand that. I'm just saying, like, it's the power they possess.
Power who possess?
Well, like the police, the government.
Sorry, but what's your if someone is acting crazy? Well, in a way, look, certain things have changed for the good. Certain things haven't, and maybe in every town in Ireland there was always somebody who was, I don't know, who was neurologically damaged, but he or she was kind of accepted by the community, and they could go off, and everyone knew that person. and you know, whereas nowadays people don't know whoever that people are. So the guards are. Is that what you're saying? Like people should be left alone. But if they're
it's kind of like almost like a fun police at this stage, you know. Like
you're saying but if you're saying if somebody's pissed or drunk and they're just jumping up and down.
Yeah, well, that depends on the, you know, obviously.
Yeah, but I just think that if that person is a threat to other people or himself.
Yeah. Well, no, sorry. Are we talking about two different things? If you're saying fun police, you're talking about the butternutter type situation where there's just groups of young people and they want to hang out and fucking howl at the moon and be young and be brilliant and it's so exciting and it's brilliant. And then, oh, look, corral them, fucking, you know, we shut it down immediately. But they are young people are citizens of this country just as much as we are, and they should be allowed, they have the right to enjoy this place. And who the fuck are these just mean-spirited little bastards who are shutting down? There's that versus somebody who is clearly unwell.
Well, this is, you know, we talking about, special powers that were given during COVID, which is completely wrong. You know, the police were shutting down people, you know, not letting them having a good time, which was in vain. It wasn't necessary.
What do you think about BetterHelp, Jack?
I think... well, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a weird... Yeah, it seems very strange the way they market it and everything. It doesn't. It's for me. Yeah, it's like a very sensitive thing talking about your feelings like that, and people. It seems to me like if you actually have a real problem, like something you really need to work out, you should go to someone, either someone you trust, or a real, you know, a physical therapist who. But then again, if someone's certified online, and maybe it's good because you want to. If you got a problem, you want to talk to someone who's not involved in your situation, who is completely separate, and so they can look at it from a different perspective, like whatever it could be. Say you're having problems with your girlfriend, and you know it's like really a big problem, you know. But for some people, if they have a big problem with their girlfriend, whatever is going on at home. But it seems like a lot of people would use BetterHelp because, I don't know, they're just feeling day-to-day anxiety or something like that. And they need to work it out. Maybe if it helps people, you know. But it seems a bit of a strange thing.
They should be upfront and say that if you're texting, you're talking to algorithm.
You know, I think like a good psychologist or a psychotherapist or whatever, I never know the difference between them. It's kind of, you know, like when you have a good accountant and they can just... sort of deconstruct all the money's coming in, the money's coming out, and sort it, so help you look at it clearly so that you can untangle all your money situation. And is that what a good psychologist, therapist is doing? Because I remember when I used to go, I was talking about this last night, when I used to go to Alcoholics Anonymous, they had this sign on the wall which said halt. So H for hungry, A for angry, L for lonely, T for tired. So, you know, you might be feeling down, but it could be simply because you're hungry, which I was last night. I ate too late. That's another thing. Woke up this morning feeling yuck. But angry. And also, like, for instance, I remember I'd read these chat room forums. This is like in 2000 and something, 3 or something, 4. Boards.ie, and there was like a dedicated page to how much they hated me as a street performer, whatever. But like I spent like 2 or 3 hours reading all this shit,
and then you felt shit.
No, yeah, but then I forgot about it. But 2 or 3 hours later, the cumulative effect of sort of digging at your own tooth, you know, the pain of it, it just sits with you, and you've forgotten. So there's a lot of stuff that people carry, you know, from day to day, a cumulative effect of, you know, taking shit from that person or whatever, and they're feeling down, and they don't realize that if they just, you know, pull back, oh, right, okay, that's probably why I'm feeling this way. I'm angry because I haven't told my boss to fuck off, or I haven't said, no, don't cross. Lonely, tired, or a combination of all four. So you can kind of analyze your own
food as well.
Shit food. All these things can affect your mood. Like in general, you're not feeling down or miserable for no reason. There's usually a cause.
I feel as well, it's much easier to be upset and down than it is like to be happy, you know, to be kind of, you know, waking up with a smile on your face every day, because, you know, it is like an easy thing to be like, you know, I don't want to do that, or
well,
that's shite.
That's why your goal is to have a fucking goal. That's your goal, to have a mission. You know, whatever it is, like even the smallest thing, to give you an example and to show how imperceptibly small a mission you need to have to raise your mood. This is months ago, a year ago. Went down to the shops, got some stuff, realized I'd forgot my debit card. Right, so the stuff I'd bought, or I thought I'd bought, was on the counter, and I said, shit, I better go back to the house. Now, going to the shop, I was, you know, slumping around like a fucking zombie, just... right, but then because I didn't have my debit card, I suddenly had objects, and so I'm walking fast, and I, you know, looking around, found my debit card, head back, and just that act of having something to do, 1.2% mood raised, and it just revealed in action, that's what us as human beings need. We need to have a fucking point or something, some goal, some mission. The bigger the mission, the better, I assume. Something that consumes you, so you're not in your head about fucking Johnny Make-Believe up the road who doesn't say hello to you. Cunt!
Well, I think that's why BetterHelp is such a great business model, because, you know, most people... Because our lives are so easy, you know? You don't have to do anything, you know? You literally don't... You can literally do nothing. Well... And you'll get by. Like, literally, you can...
Why is BetterHelp such a good business model?
So, because... people don't have struggles, you know, they don't have...
Well, why is BetterHelp then? What, you mean...
Why it's such a good business model?
So what, because people aren't doing anything, what does that relate to BetterHelp?
Well, if you'd let me explain.
We'll get to the fucking point.
So people don't have this day-to-day problem, like struggle, like goal to achieve day-to-day. They just like working a job.
So they call out for BetterHelp.
Jesus. So they have a day-to-day anxiety of purpose, of meaning. And that causes people to get these feelings of mainly anxiety. Like, anxiety is a huge thing nowadays. Like, people have always felt anxious, but they've been anxious for a reason. They've been anxious because that's a biological trait we have to warn us against problems, against dangers. But we're kind of have this anxiety, this biological trait that never actualizes, you know, so we're always waiting for disaster, for some kind of
right.
And we're preparing ourselves, but it's not coming. So a lot of people know how to deal with that, but a lot of people aren't equipped to deal with that. So it makes sense that people don't have these big psychological issues, but they still feel they have to see a therapist.
Well,
because of the day-to-day anxiety.
That's an interesting point you make about the early warning system that we carry around with us, that is genetically inbuilt into our fucking psychological DNA, because you know, animals can attack us, or whatever, predators or whatever, and actually that goes back to, sorry, my eye is itchy. Like, if you're brought up in a situation where you're always in trouble with your parents, and so when you grow up as an older person, you're just always waiting for something bad to happen. And even if something bad doesn't happen, the people in your lives are looking at you going, what's wrong with that? And suddenly something bad is happening because you're afraid that something bad is happening. But so just...
What's your point?
My point... Oh yeah. Okay, look. That's one thing.
Hurry up,
I didn't articulate that very well. But that idea of doing nothing...
You should start playing that music. Go on, Jack.
No, okay. Jack. Go on, Jack. No. I really do have a good point here. Go on.
I'm not playing it. Go on.
The doing nothing thing, this idea of doing nothing. That's an interesting one, because people think that by doing nothing, it's kind of like a life hack. I'm getting away with it. But doing nothing has a consequence. Doing nothing is not doing nothing. Doing nothing means that you're not using your body, that you're getting overweight, that you're getting unfit, that everything is shrinking, and the consequence is that you're going to die sooner. So doing nothing is very actively doing something.
Yeah.
To your body, to your brain, to your blood circulation. So you're not getting away with anything by doing nothing. Having said that, I have a PhD in nothing doing. It's nice sometimes, though.
Yeah, okay.
Sometimes.
Sorry, Jack.
It's 1 hour 30 now.
Oh, fucking hell, lads.
So I think that's a good point to end on.
What
Where's your voice? Have you suddenly turned into Tyson Fury?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Jack,
No man alive.
Jack.
No man alive will beat my son.
Okay, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to And That's Why We're Not Together. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, my princes Jack and Daniel. Someday this kingdom will be yours.